The Spartans were absolutely badass. These weren't just strong men, they were elite warrior monks trained to dominate on the battlefield. They could march 20 miles in 70 pounds of armor without breaking a sweat. They could fight for hours in brutal hand-to-hand combat. They could move through space with explosive power and perfect control. They could maintain incredible strength under conditions that would destroy 99% of modern athletes. And here's the part that should make every modern gym enthusiast uncomfortable. If you took a Spartan warrior and put him in a modern gym, he would absolutely annihilate every single person there. Think about it. A modern gym bro can bench press 300 pounds. A Spartan can carry 100 pounds for a mile without stopping, climb a rope with explosive power, and maintain that strength after hours of continuous combat training. One has muscles for show. The other has muscles that actually perform. The difference is so dramatic that there's no competition. The Spartan would outlast, outstrength, and outdominate any gym enthusiast in literally every practical strength test. And the reason is simple. Spartans trained with principles that modern fitness culture has completely abandoned. They trained with body weight only. They trained in harsh environments. They trained in cold. They trained for hours. And their bodies reflected this in ways that no amount of bench pressing will ever create. By the way, if you want to heal your entire body and feel 10 years younger, then I've created a guide showing you how to heal your body through simple exercises. Click the link in the description for access. Here's what separates Spartan training from modern gym culture fundamentally. Purpose. The Spartans didn't train to look good. They trained to survive and dominate. Every single exercise had a direct purpose related to combat performance. When you train with that mindset, everything changes. Your nervous system develops differently. Your muscles build strength in positions that matter. Your body develops resilience that comfort training never creates. Modern gym culture trains for aesthetics. Chest day, leg day, back day, arms day. Split routines designed to isolate individual muscles using machines that restrict movement to a single plane. This approach builds certain visual qualities, but it develops a type of strength that doesn't transfer to real-world demands. A bodybuilder might be able to bench press 400 pounds, but he'd collapse after 30 minutes of Spartan training. Why? Because modern gym training doesn't prepare your nervous system, your cardiovascular system, or your mental toughness for real physical challenge. The Spartans trained completely differently. Every exercise was compound. Every movement involved your entire body. Push-ups, pull-ups, squats, lunges, climbs, carries, running, sprinting, grappling, wrestling. Every single movement required complete body integration. This develops a type of strength that's functional, sustainable, and actually impressive when tested under real conditions. A Spartan could outlast, outlift, outmove, and outdominate a modern gym bro in minutes. Not because the Spartan is stronger in isolated positions, but because the Spartan's body is prepared for real physical challenge. The Spartans trained in harsh conditions. They trained in cold. They trained in rain. They trained in snow. They trained regardless of circumstance. This constant exposure to harsh environments forced their bodies to adapt in ways that modern, climate-controlled gym training never demands. And this is a critical differentiator. Your body adapts to stimulus. If the stimulus is comfortable, the adaptation is minimal. If the stimulus is harsh, the adaptation is dramatic. Cold exposure is particularly powerful. When you expose your body to cold regularly, your nervous system adapts dramatically. Your cardiovascular system becomes more efficient. Your brown fat activation increases, improving metabolic function. Your body develops incredible resilience. Most importantly, cold exposure builds mental toughness in ways that no amount of bench pressing ever will. When you train in cold, every single rep is mentally challenging. Your mind is screaming to stop. Your nervous system is activated. Your entire being is focused on pushing through discomfort. The Spartans understood this intuitively. They trained outdoors in harsh Greek winters. They plunged into cold water. They trained regardless of conditions. This wasn't a luxury, it was a feature of their training system. Modern gym culture has created a completely sterile environment, temperature-controlled, perfectly lit, comfortable, isolated from nature. This environment is actually counterproductive to building true strength and resilience. Your body doesn't adapt to comfort. Your body adapts to challenge. A modern gym bro would break mentally in 30 minutes of cold exposure training combined with Spartan bodyweight training. A Spartan would do it for 3 to 4 hours without hesitation. The difference isn't genetics, it's training stimulus. When you train in harsh conditions, your body adapts to harsh conditions. Your nervous system becomes resilient. Your mental toughness develops. Your body becomes truly capable. If you want to train like a Spartan and achieve the results Spartans achieved, you must embrace cold exposure. Start with cold showers after training. Progress to training in cold weather. Eventually, try cold water immersion. Your body will adapt. Your nervous system will become more resilient. Your strength will improve because you're forcing your body to adapt to real environmental stressors, not just added weight on a barbell. Modern gym culture teaches you to add weight when exercises get easy. Spartan training teaches you to progress through movement complexity and control. This distinction is critical. When you're limited to body weight, you can't just add 10 pounds. Instead, you progress through systematic advancement. Your volume increases. You perform more repetitions, building muscular endurance and work capacity. Your difficulty increases. You move to harder variations, archer push-ups, one-arm push-ups, explosive variations. Your control increases. You slow down movements, add pauses, develop eccentric strength. Your complexity increases. You combine movements into circuits and sequences. Your environmental challenge increases. You train in harder conditions, cold, distance, duration. The Spartans used this exact approach to progress to incredible levels of strength. A warrior might start with regular push-ups. After weeks, they'd progress to archer push-ups, eventually to one-arm push-ups, then to variations that didn't even exist in the modern gym. The progression was natural and continuous. The body adapted because it was constantly being challenged in new ways. Consider the pull-up progression. A beginner might struggle with a single pull-up. A Spartan would progress to 50 consecutive pull-ups, then to weighted pull-ups, then to one-arm pull-up progressions, then to variations like archer pull-ups, where they shift weight to one arm. The progression is endless. Every level demands more strength and more control. A modern gym bro would max out at maybe 15 pull-ups with perfect form. A Spartan warrior would do 100. The key insight is this: when you progress through bodyweight variations, you develop strength in complete ranges of motion. You develop stabilizer muscles that machines never recruit. You develop the kind of integrated strength that transfers to real-world performance. A Spartan trained this way would destroy a modern gym bro in any practical strength test. The gym bro might be bigger in the mirror, but the Spartan would be stronger in every way that matters. A typical day of Spartan training was brutal and unforgiving. Warriors would wake before dawn and begin with cold exposure. They might plunge into cold water or simply train in the frigid early morning air. This wasn't comfort training, it was preparation for the real demands ahead. The cold activated their nervous system. It forced their bodies to generate heat through movement. It developed the kind of resilience that modern gym culture completely ignores. The actual training consisted of endless bodyweight work performed at high volume. Heavy carries, moving large objects over distance while maintaining strength. Climbing, scaling walls, ropes, and natural terrain. Explosive movements, jumping, bounding, sprinting, grappling, wrestling, and fighting other warriors. All performed at high volume with minimal rest. The training lasted for 3 to 4 hours. There was no air conditioning. There was no climate control. There were no machines. There was just the warrior's body and the environment. What's remarkable is the volume of work. A modern gym session might be 60 minutes of training. A Spartan training day would be 3 to 4 hours of continuous, brutal work. But that volume is exactly what forced the adaptations that created such impressive physiques. You can't build that level of capability with 60-minute gym sessions. You need to commit to hours of work done consistently with increasing difficulty and complexity. This is why modern gym culture produces disappointing results for so many people. They trained for 60 minutes, 3 times per week, and wonder why they're not seeing dramatic changes. The Spartans trained for hours, nearly every day, at extremely high intensity and volume. The stimulus is completely different. If modern gym-goers actually committed to this level of training, their bodies would transform. But most won't. They prefer comfort. They prefer the illusion of progress through social media photos. They prefer believing that 1 hour of isolated muscle training is sufficient. A Spartan would laugh at modern training. It's so easy, so comfortable, so ineffective. The stimulus is so minimal that dramatic adaptation is impossible. The Spartans trained in ways that made dramatic adaptation inevitable. Here's something that separates Spartan training from modern gym culture fundamentally: mental toughness. Spartan training wasn't designed to be enjoyable. It was designed to break you mentally and rebuild you stronger. The cold exposure alone develops incredible mental resilience. When you train in cold, every single rep is mentally challenging. Your mind is screaming to stop. Your nervous system is activated. Your entire being is focused on the challenge in front of you. Modern gym culture tries to make training enjoyable. Music, climate control, motivational posters, social environment. These things feel good, but they don't develop mental toughness. A Spartan would approach training as a mental practice as much as a physical practice. Every movement was an opportunity to develop presence, discipline, and mental strength. The difficulty was the point. The challenge was the entire purpose. When you train like a Spartan, you're training your mind as much as your body. You're teaching yourself to push through discomfort. You're teaching yourself to focus under stress. You're teaching yourself that your thoughts are separate from your reality. You can feel like quitting and keep going anyway. This develops a mental toughness that transforms every area of your life. Suddenly, other challenges feel manageable because you've trained yourself to push through the most difficult mental and physical challenges. A modern gym bro would break mentally in the face of Spartan training. They're accustomed to comfort. They quit when things get hard. They need the right conditions to perform. A Spartan warrior would outlast them in minutes. Not because of superior genetics, but because of superior mental toughness developed through years of training in harsh conditions with no escapes, no excuses, and no comfort. Spartans didn't obsess over macros. They didn't count calories. They didn't buy supplements. They ate simply: bread, fish, vegetables, olive oil. They ate for fuel, not for performance optimization. They ate enough to support their training, and that was it. This simplicity is actually more effective than modern nutrition culture's obsessive tracking. When you overthink nutrition, you actually hurt your results. You become anxious about food. You develop complicated relationships with eating. You waste mental energy that should be focused on training. The Spartans ate well, but simply. They fueled their bodies without obsessing. The modern approach of tracking macros, buying supplements, and optimizing everything often creates paralysis and anxiety rather than better results. If you want to train like a Spartan, eat simply. Eat whole foods. Eat enough to support your training. Drink water. Don't obsess. Your body will adapt and build strength. The complexity that modern nutrition culture creates is mostly marketing designed to sell you supplements and tracking apps you don't actually need. Here's the brutal truth. If you took the top 100 gym enthusiasts in the world and put them through 1 week of authentic Spartan training, more than 95 of them would quit before the week was over. They'd break mentally. They'd break physically. They'd discover that all their bench pressing and cable machine work prepared them for absolutely nothing in terms of real, functional strength. A Spartan warrior would walk into any modern gym and dominate everyone there without touching a single piece of equipment. The warrior would be stronger, faster, more resilient, more capable, more mentally tough. The only thing the gym bro would have is bigger muscles in specific positions. But strength, real, functional, integrated strength, the Spartan would win in every single measure. This isn't an insult to modern training. It's an indictment of the fundamental approach. Modern gym culture has optimized for aesthetics and ego, not for actual capability. The system is designed to look good, not to be strong. If the goal was real strength development, the training would look completely different. It would look like Spartan training. It would involve body weight progression. It would include cold exposure. It would demand hours of work. It would prioritize mental toughness. The Spartans proved over 2,000 years ago that you don't need any equipment to build an extraordinary physique and extraordinary capability. You just need intelligent training, environmental challenge, and the discipline to push through discomfort. Modern gym culture has completely abandoned these principles in favor of comfort and ego.
If you want to start training like a Spartan, abandon your gym membership. Commit to bodyweight training done at high volume. Embrace cold exposure. Start with cold showers. Progress to training in cold weather. Train for hours, not 60 minutes. Progress through bodyweight variations, not by adding weight. Focus on functional movements, carries, climbs, grappling, sprints. Train your mind as much as your body. Start with basic exercises performed at high volume. 100 push-ups per day, split into sets. 50 pull-ups per day. 100 squats per day. Long walks carrying weight. Then, as your body adapts, increase the difficulty. Progress to harder variations. Add cold exposure. Extend your training duration. Your body will transform, not in 30 days, not in 90 days, but within 6 months of consistent, high-volume, bodyweight training done in harsh conditions,
you'll be unrecognizable. The results will shock you, not just in the mirror, but in what your body can actually do. You'll have strength and capability that gym training never produced. You'll have mental toughness that gym culture never developed. You'll move like an athlete. You'll feel alive in ways that modern comfort never allowed. Most importantly, you'll discover that you're capable of far more than you ever believed. Here's the fundamental truth that modern fitness culture doesn't want you to understand. Your body adapts to the stimulus you provide. If you provide gentle stimulus in a comfortable environment, your body adapts minimally. If you provide intense stimulus in harsh conditions, your body adapts dramatically. The Spartans understood this perfectly. They created the harshest possible training stimulus. They trained in cold. They trained for hours. They trained with only body weight. They trained to survive and dominate. And their bodies reflected this. They weren't just strong. They were resilient, capable, and impressive in every measurable way. Modern gym culture produces mediocre results because it provides mediocre stimulus. Comfortable environments, short training sessions, isolated movements. The system is designed for you to never actually achieve what's possible. Spartan training forces you to confront your actual potential. When you commit to this system, you discover that you're capable of far more than you believed. Your body is stronger than you thought. Your mind is more resilient than you imagined. Your capability is greater than modern comfort culture ever hinted at. By the way, if you want to heal your entire body and feel 10 years younger, then I've created a guide showing you how to heal your body through simple exercises. Click the link in the description for access. You're at a crossroads. You can continue in modern gym culture, follow the programs, lift the weights, chase the Instagram aesthetic, spend money on supplements and memberships, train in comfort, and get mediocre results that plateau quickly. This is the path of least resistance. This is comfortable. This is what everyone around you is doing. But the results are disappointing. Or you can choose the Spartan path. Abandon equipment. Embrace bodyweight training at high volume. Seek cold exposure. Train for hours. Develop mental toughness alongside physical strength. Push yourself beyond comfort into actual capability. This path is harder. It's less comfortable. It requires more discipline. But the results are undeniable. The Spartans proved over 2,000 years ago that you don't need anything external to build an extraordinary body. You need only commitment, intelligent training, and the willingness to embrace challenge. Their training would destroy modern gym culture, not because they were genetically superior, but because they understood training principles that modern culture has completely forgotten. Your choice is simple. Continue in comfort and get comfortable results, or embrace Spartan training and discover what your body is actually capable of. The decision is yours. But if you choose Spartan training, be prepared to transform completely. Your body will change. Your capabilities will expand. Your mental toughness will develop. And you'll look back at your old gym routine wondering why you ever wasted time in climate-controlled environments lifting weights that never taught your body to do anything actually useful. Start today. Embrace the cold. Commit to bodyweight training. Train for hours. Push through discomfort. This is where real transformation happens. This is the Spartan way. And if you're willing to follow it, your greatest version awaits.